Hello, Matt. This is Tom Bateman. This is my video blog assignment for a song about a crime. The song that I have chosen for this assignment is "Goodbye Earl." It was performed by the Dixie Chicks, and it was wrote by somebody by the name of Dennis Lind. The era of policing that I believe this song or this crime fits into would be the modern era, probably, I'm guessing, in the 90s. When you listen to the song, there's talk about domestic violence, restraining orders, red-eye midnight flights. These are the things that kind of lead me to believe that this song would be from the 90s, more of a modern era. I know domestic violence has been around forever. However, the concept and idea of a female actually filing for divorce, getting a restraining order, that really wasn't common practice back in the day. It's something that, not until the 80s, 90s has really become a normal thing where women are doing that more. And even to this day, they still don't do it as often as they probably should. Also, the whole concept of being able to catch a red-eye flight at midnight. Obviously, they couldn't do that in the past because we didn't have planes, but even with the technological advances and the transportation advances we've had, most red-eye flights and that sort of thing really wasn't a common thing until late 80s, early 90s from what I've researched. So that's why I kind of believe that the crime in this song kind of falls into that policing era of the modern era, like 90s era. So in this song, there's actually quite a few crimes that have been committed. The main one that I'm probably going to wind up talking about is the homicide crime. But we have domestic violence, which falls under Idaho State Code 18-918. We have violation of a restraining order or no contact order, which would be 18-920. We have the homicide, which would be Idaho State Code 18-4003, Section A, because in the song, as I'll describe it, turns out that it would probably fall under a first-degree murder charge. And we also have conspiracy to commit murder, which would be Idaho Code 18-1701. As I said, the main crime that I'll probably be talking about here is the murder crime. In this song, we have Wanda, who marries Earl, and after they get married, she starts becoming abused, which is basically the domestic violence aspect of the song. As the song goes on, it talks about how she finally gets fed up with it, decides to file for divorce, and gets a restraining order against Earl. However, Earl doesn't really apparently care about the restraining order, goes right through it, comes up to her, beats her up, puts her in a hospital in intensive care. So right there we have our violation of a no contact order. So while Wanda's in the hospital, her best friend flies in from out of town, and while they're sitting there, they decide Earl's got to die, and so they conspire a way to get rid of him. So now we have our conspiracy to commit murder. In Idaho State Code 18-4003, Section A, it defines the first-degree murder. For that to be a case, the homicide has to be perpetuated using poison. Also to execute vengeance. It also has to be deliberate and premeditated. In this song, a little bit later on, we find out that Wanda and her friend Marianne decide to take Earl down to the lake. They take a lunch along. They feed him some black-eyed peas that have been poisoned. And as a result, Earl dies. So they used poison to kill him. So that fits part of the Idaho State Code. They were doing it to execute vengeance because Earl was an abusive husband, didn't care about a restraining order, would probably continue to go after her. And it was also deliberate and premeditated. They took him down to the lake and fed him these poison peas with the intent of killing him. And as a result, he does die. So as you can see, everything about this really does fit right into the State Code 18-4003, Section A. And that is my presentation. Thank you.